Spring is the best time for us to start a new workout routine. It's our yearly collective warm-up. Peloton is here for everyone's yearly warm-up. This is the best time to get into a good rhythm, tap into your power, and build towards the summer you. Peloton accommodates your schedule with a variety of class lengths to choose from. If you can't run, take a walking class. Need some grounding? Try yoga. If you want to level up, go for the Pilates or HIIT workouts. And you can do any of these exercises while moving at your own pace. Peloton makes the process easier with personalized recommendations and guided programs that take the guesswork out of working out, so you can jump right in, keeping your fitness journey fresh every single day. Peloton has everything you need to get where you're going. Whether you prefer to run outdoors, row or ride at home, or strength train at the gym, Peloton has something for you. Get a head start on summer with Peloton and choose a flexible payment plan that works for you at onepeloton.com/financing.
We've replaced soap operas, and so now we are the soap opera.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of On Display. So today I have one of my favorite girls in the house. She was part of the heartbreaking finale on the latest season of The Traitors. And you also know her from the Shahs of Sunset. So ladies and gentlemen, I have with me Miss Mercedes Javid. And as you guys love to call her, MJ. I got MJ. What's up, girlfriend?
You are so amazing. Hi.
Hi, cutie.
I just watched you this morning.
Oh, you did? Are you all caught up on the Real Housewives, or what's the deal with you watching Jersey this season so far?
I am watching and I am all caught up. Yes.
Okay, so there's only been like 3 episodes so far, but tell me what you're thinking.
You know, I feel like really bad that Teresa has dragged the show to this horrible level. I feel it reminds me of like when Shaw's was like, you know, like you can't get through to certain people because they just are, you know, so far gone and there's no like, you know, like reaching them, you know? And so it feels like that. I don't like to see the scenes with her and Louis. I feel like, who else is it? I don't like Jen Aiden. Like I try, but then it's just really hard because she's so mean to people, and that's my biggest thing. But I love seeing you. I love seeing our girl Dolores, and I love seeing Margaret Josephs. And I know that Jennifer, what the new girl, tell me her name again.
Rachel, Danielle, or Rachel, or
No,
Jen Fessler?
Jen Fessler is what I was going to say. So my friends are also glam. Like my really, really good friends also do glam, right? So one of them is going to do Jen Fessler this weekend. I'm interested in her, how open she was about how much work she got done, right? She was very, very open about getting a big makeover from the last season to the current season, right?
Yes, she's actually open to it. And by the way, I gave her the glam she should use in LA this weekend because I was supposed to be out there for this gig and then I'm going to be traveling. So she's going in my, like, she's going. Who's your girlfriend that's doing her glam?
So it's Brandon Liberati.
Oh, Brandon's doing it. Okay, because she originally was using someone else I gave her. I don't know if it like fell through or what happened.
Maybe
this girl Liz was, well, you know what? Brandon does hair. I think Liz is doing her makeup.
Oh, so I haven't heard of this name, Liz. Maybe I should try her if she's in LA. And
Oh my God, she's amazing. She does a lot of Olivia Coppolo. Did I say that right?
Yep.
She does her. She does Vanessa Lacey all the time. She's great with like, I don't know. I think she's awesome. I'll give you her number.
Can I pull a favor with you right now? Do you know who would die to do your glam?
Who?
My girl Darian, who has done my glam every single time I'm in New York. Whenever Carolyn wasn't able to do somebody like for Watch What Happens Live, Carolyn Makeup Time, the one that's with Andy all the time.
Yes.
You know? So I found her because of Brandon, and she's like, you know, I would really like to do Melissa, and I know you guys are friends, and but the thing is that I had Teresa on my page and I was like, you know what? Like, I would love to, in a very subtle way, suggest you because she does like beautiful, like guest model details, like where the brow has like this natural, and she does really natural work. So,
Ooh.
anyway,
Wait, she's here in New York?
yeah, she's based in New York. She's really
Okay.
good.
So DM me when we're done and like send
Okay.
me her page and I'll because I love to try new people when it comes to glam. I really do because and I like to rotate my glam. I feel like I get stuck in a rut. Like I like to switch it up and I have like three people that I love that I kind of just like depends the mood I'm in for the look that I'm in. That's kind of
Definitely.
who I go.
Definitely, because you also don't want someone to get comfortable. And shout out to all the artists that are listening. You do get comfortable and you go into autopilot, and then
Yep.
and we feel shitty because we don't want to tell you something because you've already been doing our glam for so long that then, it's like you kind of stop doing the thing that made us fall in love. It's kind of like,
Exactly. They get, you know what happens? They get too comfortable. Sorry, girls. I love you all. But like they get comfortable, they throw it on, they know we're gonna like it. But like we want to be like sometimes you want to bust out on a carpet and you want people to be like, oh my God, her makeup. Holy
totally.
shit. So
Those are
but
the things.
I don't know about you, but I do call my glam out and they know me for it. I do it in a very nice way, but like I'm known to like text a photo after and be like, hi, so did you see I was like a little blotchy on my forehead or like my under eye had like way too lately? Oh my God, as I get older, if they come near me, MJ, with powder, I freak out. I'm like, take the powder and shove it where the shut. Like, I don't want to see no like
I,
very little powder under my eyes these days. I don't want a lot of powder under my eyes. I'm like phasing powder out.
I gotta tell you, I couldn't agree more because it dries and sucks. There is a really good one that is a godsend, and of all people, Reza Farhan handed it to me when he was like, "Hey, here's a brand that wanted me to give this to you," and I was like, "Oh, okay." And it was called Flower, and it's the most incredible finishing thing that you could just put it on in the dark,
And
and
it's
you'll
not
look.
heavy.
No, I'll send it to you. I'll
Yes,
send. I'll
please do.
send you.
You have a
I,
lot of work to do after this. You have to send me a lot of you have to send me a lot of things. This is why I love when MJ comes on, listeners, guys, because like she's like my girlfriend. I swear. This is like a true and MJ, I mean this, and this is why you did so well on Traitors too. Like and everyone fell in love with you all over again.
thank
You
you.
really are such a freaking girl's girl. Like when I see you, it's like we barely knew each other a lot of the time but we just like I just like you just got that thing,
Thank
like
you.
you just do. And I feel like I'm kind of the same way. I'm very like down to earth. We're very just like chill humans that
Hmm.
like don't get too big for our britches or whatever you say. And
Hmm.
I love you for that. I think you're the best. You really
I
are.
thank you. If I had a nickel for every time I was like, I would have such a good time this weekend if I was in Jersey or New York or with you guys because we have a connection. Like Dolores and I had like a 45-minute long conversation as soon as we got back from BravoCon Vegas, and I hang up and I have these lingering thoughts. Like I love my hands down favorite part of BravoCon was when I would bump anytime I would bump into Joey, your husband, and he was like, who is she? She's really fun. And I was like, wait, get to know me a little. If only I were closer to you guys, geographically. So yeah, it is a good time. And speaking of a lot to do, I just was thinking about you this morning because I came from a school tour because my little guy is going to start kindergarten in the fall. And
Okay.
so there's like all this paperwork, and I'm all I can think of is how disorganized I am to do like 10 jobs. So like you're a mom, you're full time, you don't do anything. This is me describing myself. I don't do anything but be a mom. But I also am a real estate agent. I do nothing but real estate. Then I also um, do a lot of radio, and I do like, like Radio Andy once a week and my podcast, Till the Dirt. And here we are together, you and me. And then the school thing with the applications and the shots and the releases and all of these things, I'm like, in order to keep all of these things organized, and obviously I haven't mentioned everything that we've got, I just can't even imagine two or as they get older, because it's still, I feel like having one is pretty easy, I will say.
Get ready for the season ahead with quality shades built to last. Our friends at Shady Rays have you covered with premium polarized shades that won't break the bank. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company offering a world-class product rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Their shades have durable frames and crystal clear optics, making them the perfect choice for all of your outdoor adventures. They have hundreds of options to choose from, so you're bound to find the perfect pair to match your style. Guys, I love my pair of Shady Rays. They're stylish, they're comfortable, and they really have a pair for every single look. Plus, if your shades ever go missing or take an unexpected hit, don't sweat it. They have the most insane protection in all of eyewear. Every pair is backed by lost or broken replacements. If you don't love your shades, exchange for a new pair or return worry-free within 30 days. There's no risk when you shop. Their team always has your back with personal and fast support. Exclusively, guys, just for our listeners, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal to get ready for the summer sun. Head to shadyrays.com and use code Melissa for 40% off of sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Guys, summer is right around the corner, and here's a not so fun summer fact. If you cut 500 calories a day, 500 calories a day, you can lose 4 pounds a month. At 4 pounds a month, your summer's already gone. Your choice, weeks or months of calorie counting and boot camp gyms, or lose the fat and inches in one single visit to Sono Bello. Sono Bello is the only way to permanently lose fat and inches. Sono Bello doctors are masters in micro laser fat removal, a faster, comfortable one visit technique. Wherever you have stubborn fat, tummy, sides, thighs, arms, or sagging, loose, jiggly skin, with Sono Bello, it's gone permanently. Sono Bello gives you your curves back. No more feeling embarrassed, shy, and uncomfortable. No more hiding under baggy clothes instead of shorts and t-shirts. Give yourself the gift of a full body reset. Learn about one visit micro laser fat removal and schedule your free consultation. Ask about Sono Bello's spectacular summer savings going on now. Visit sonobello.com/Melissa. That's Sono, BELLO.com/Melissa. It's not bad having, I have to agree with you on this. When I look back on even these old videos that are resurfacing, because I just had last week was my 13, it was the anniversary of 13 years that my first episode aired, was a couple days ago.
Yeah.
So I posted a clip from my first season with little Joey in a high chair and Joe and, me getting my music studio ready to sing on display. And I go back and I see this young, 31-year-old girl, on this TV show with 3 kids and an Italian husband that needs so much attention. And I'm going to be honest, Joe needed so much attention back then. He is not like that anymore. And I do owe that to the reality show and to Bravo, because he has done seriously a 180. And I think it's from a little bit of fan reaction, it wasn't, when you're just hearing it from your wife, hey, you're old school, you're a freaking caveman, you need to get with the times. I think you're he doesn't, but when you're reading it on all of these platforms and you're getting it, and people have a way of telling Joe, but also loving him. As you know, you're not the first person who told me their favorite part of BravoCon was whenever they saw Joe Gorga. Everyone says that to me.
Yeah.
Because he's got that thing, you
Yeah.
just can't not love him. And you almost excuse what he does. He doesn't, I don't know. He's just got that thing.
You understand him. Yeah.
Yeah, I go back to thinking about how did I do this with 3 kids? So I'm actually happy you thought of me. Thank you. Because sometimes I even look back and I'm like, Jesus, Melissa, how did you do that with not a live-in nanny? None of that was going on in the house at the time.
Exactly. Because this morning I woke up and I was like, God damn it, I'm fucking cleaning up the kitchen. I got to do this. I got to clean up. My mom was here for a week. She just lives in Beverly Hills, but she comes over and she stays in our house for a week because we're in the valley. So whatever. So this morning I was like, God damn. And I'm an early riser. I love and I thrive in the morning. But nonetheless, I was begrudging the time because everything is so hurried and rushed. And so I'm always like feeling like I'm on borrowed time. But to take it back to something very positive that is happening, that is beautiful to be watching on Jersey, is your family growing up and the girls getting into schools and going away. And those two, like just watching your girl and Teresa's girl going off and like having such, being so proud of them, and the fact that we got to watch them grow up and see how like they're just amazing. Like unfortunate as it is that you guys aren't in a better place, I understand how that happens because I've been through it. But the best part of the season has been like the girls and seeing them how they're like, I know it's sad to like watch them leave the house, but like seeing them getting into
Yeah.
college, that's been amazing.
For sure. Well, I think the viewers like that too because they've watched them as little babies. So it's
Yeah,
kind of like the viewers feel like, hey, we've known them since they've been running around in tutus and big bows in their head. Like we get to see them go to college. I feel like the viewers are also like appreciative that, like, wow, you guys have really stuck through this and let us watch your whole entire life. Like, I'm like, I wonder if we'll still be here for like, hey, we're going to Antonia's wedding. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how long
probably.
does this
I
go
think
on,
so. I
MJ?
think so because we've replaced soap operas, and so now we are the soap opera that people follow, and I do care. That's why. By the way, I didn't want to dismiss Danielle, the new girls that are like full time cast members, and they've been around for the last couple of seasons. The names didn't suck, but that doesn't mean that I was throwing shade. I like the new girls, and they are a really good fit. Like I like that the way that they really are adding so much to the show, but like it's still anchored by you guys, it's still like, and the way that you were talking about Joey, I love because about like the way it works the same with my husband. Tommy's got a lot of fans. In fact, in the school office this morning, there was someone that was like, oh my God, what are you guys doing here? And then she was fanning out, but I'm like, we're in school, right? So it's a school admissions thing. And she was like, I recognized Tommy before I recognized you. And then we get to chatting. And then I realized that if I say something to Tommy that he just because like this also reminds me of the last time that you and I were talking. It's a lot of husband bonding, like a lot of husband trauma bonding. He would
Yeah.
say, if I were to say something to him, he would to poo-poo it and tell me like I'm being critical. But if he hears it as feedback, like he reads like all the comments and everything, then somebody else that's like,
Exactly what I was. Yep.
yeah, then he's like, oh, he'll like low key implement it, or he'll send me like some video that we follow, like really good accounts where it's usually someone like a psychologist or like a life coach that's like gonna tell you like a good little anecdote, and that's
Right.
how we communicate with each other, is like via like this video clip that he appreciated, and then I can also say like, okay, that's exactly what I was talking about, motherfucker. Like it's a good thing that I found a psychologist who says it, because now it's valid. If I was saying it, I'm a hater, but that's how.
Exactly. When I say it to Joe, it's the same thing. It's kind of like, oh, whatever. Like, but when you get like when there's people for 14 years kind of agreeing with me and he gets like, it from strangers, I really feel like he really has changed a lot, like for the better. Not that he was a bad guy. He's always been a great husband, a great father, a great everything, but he had like a little bit of that old school, too much of the old school. And I also will always say that the old school in Joe is what makes him the awesome husband that he is. Also, I have to I'm never going to totally say that I wish he didn't have that inside, because that's what makes him as amazing and complimenting and a caregiver the way he is. But yeah, I
Exactly.
feel like the criticism
especially
from the others is what sends it home, you know?
especially when in a generation or two, if we lose it completely, we're going to be fucked. Like we need old school, we need people who
Right.
are traditionalists, and then the woman can check the man and say like, no, this is how it is. But having the presence of that, my man is a queen's man, he's old school, I appreciate that. I don't, and I get it. I've seen the stuff that people want to see you like, like if someone comes off as like, old school in a good way, or like old school like they want to see Melissa happy, and that's just how people learn about their own marriages. They could be like, oh, let me turn on that episode, fast forward to that scene with Joe and Melissa, and now our marriage can actually improve because you're going to sit down and watch this with me, and we're going to get through it together because they got through it. Like, that's what we do, you know?
It's so true. And when you're real on reality TV, it allows the viewers to like vicariously live through you.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that these viewers feel almost like they're watching their own daughters go to college when they go to college, right?
Yeah.
And they feel like, they feel like the marriage arguments, they relate it to what goes on in their own home. So I think we're doing the Lord's work here, MJ, don't you? Like,
Absolutely.
come
Listen,
on
honey,
now.
I love it. I mean, I think it's fun. If it wasn't for me and Tommy's pod, we would probably not have a whole hour of quality time a week, like discussing things with intention. Like it's a casual conversation, but obviously my opportunity to like bring in points and like topics. And if I want to talk about it low key, I can put it in the pod and say like, someone else wants to talk about this, but it might be my own question. Like, I DM the podcast.
Yes. Looking for that little burst of fun in your spare time? How about a chance to win big along the way? Jump into the excitement with lovetoplay.com. Experience the glitz and the glamour of Vegas right from your cozy couch or on the go. With Love to Play's fabulous selection of games, you'll find that there's something special for everyone. Picture this: you, a cozy evening, a glass of your favorite drink, and the thrill of hitting the jackpot from the comfort of your own home. I mean, what's better than that, right? Say goodbye to boring commutes and turn every break into a Vegas escape. With Love to Play, every day is a celebration of fun. Ready to turn your downtime into fun time? Let's make every moment count. Head over to www.lovetoplay.com, the number 2. Use your promo code Melissa to claim your first 50 spins for free with a minimum $50 deposit and start your exciting journey today. This limited time offer won't last long, so run, don't walk towards your biggest payday yet. That's lovetoplay.com. Looking for the ultimate comfort and pain relief? Let's compare Gidify shoes to other shoe brands that promise comfort, support, and pain relief. Typical shoe brands rely on EVA soles for cushioning, but Gidify offers so much more. Gidify goes above and beyond with Verso Shock technology, providing superior shock absorption and energy return. Guys, we're running around in our shoes all day long. And if you're like me, you've probably noticed how a bad pair of shoes can really start to cause pain in your legs and your lower back. That's why I need an incredible level of comfort when it comes to my kicks. That's where Gidify shoes come in. If you suffer from foot, knee, or back pain, Gidify's advanced technology will provide you with the relief you deserve. Whether you're an athlete, a busy parent, or just always on the go, Gidify shoes offer the versatility and comfort your feet crave. Say goodbye to discomfort. Gidify is more than EVA soles. It's your path to unparalleled comfort and pain relief. Visit Gidify.com today. Experience the ultimate comfort and pain relief at Gidify.com. GDEFY.com. And don't forget to use code Melissa for $30 off of orders $130 or more at Gidify.com. That's GDEFY.com. I wanted to talk to you because you do have the podcast. It's called Till the Dirt, right? But
Yes.
tell my listeners, what is it about? So it's you and Tommy, your husband.
Yep, it's called Till the Dirt with Tommy and MJ, and it's just us talking shit every Monday. What we just turn on the microphone, we talk about whatever we want, like if it's something big that's happening in Bravo or the news or relationship or marriage or our life, we talk about, our kid and our lives. Like it's like you said, I listen to a podcast because I want to tune in to the friend in my head. Like Wendy Williams, I think coined that phrase, but like we want to it's like a conversation when you call a girlfriend, except now it's a podcast.
Right.
So that's what Till the Dirt is.
Right. I mean, have you guys like learned anything new about each other since doing the podcast thing together? Is there like any revelations that come out about your marriage or your relationship?
Yes, I think I was really a hypocrite. Sometimes when I criticize him, I also have to learn that if I'm like, you can't complain about this being here and then this is also here. You know what I mean? It's like two
Right.
of the same. So, um, Shervin from Shaw's, you remember him? He's like a really
Yeah.
good looking,
Yes.
looks
Yes.
almost exactly like Mike, but he's a totally different guy. Anyway,
Yep.
he I found out this hack because he is a gym, like he goes to the best Equinox that is in the state of California. He actually shaves there, and I was like, that is genius because then he never has to like make a mess at home. And like, how
Oh, I
many
wish Joe
people,
would shave at the freaking gym. Oh my God. That is like the
right?
worst part of my everyday is the little hairs all over the place.
Exactly. So he's engaged and I love his fiance. So they were moving in. I helped them move into their new house and I was like, "Oh, so you guys are going to share a bathroom. It's a good thing that his sink is like in a different room from it's a really nice house." So she was like, "Yeah, and by the way, we're doing like an inspection and everything." And she's like, "He never shaves at home. He always shaves at the gym." I'm like, I fucking knew he was smart. Now his like stock just went up like a zillion percent. What a fucking genius, you
Wait
know?
a second. That is freaking genius. Like, who does it? Like, the person that's like genius. I never
Insane.
even thought of that. Take a
Hmm.
shower, shave, go on with your day. Never
Yeah,
mess your bathroom. Men, this is what you
exactly.
should all be doing.
Hmm.
That's pretty amazing.
Yep.
Joe, I could never let Joe do that. I'll tell you why. Joe will leave work in his freaking MJ. You think I'm kidding? I'm not. I get so embarrassed. He leaves work in his work boots because Joe truly has like besides being on reality TV is like a low down. Like he goes down. Like he goes to work in
I
his
love
work
it.
boots, plays in the dirt, real construction guy, and he goes to the gym sometimes in his Timberland, like in his
Oh my
work boots, because he's like, I forgot sneakers. I just need to get like a 30-minute
God.
pump
Wait,
in. And I'm like,
wait.
we have a gym in the house. Like, so could you picture him like no, he would never shave there because he barely even brings sneakers, let alone a razor. And I always think to myself, like, as it is, your Joe Gorga grunting in the gym because he's a grunter on top of it. He's not even like, I swear he's so embarrassing. It's not even just like there's Joe Gorga. It's like, like there's
It's
Joe
like
Gorga in the corner. Oh, and he has work boots on. Like he literally left like work and just jumped in there in work boots, and he's moaning.
that's
So it's
very
just like
niche. It sounds very OnlyFans. Like it would be so perfect
it's
if he had like his camera live streaming to like an OnlyFans and he's got his grunts in and he's got his work boots. And I bet you anything that the people who work there are like, oh shit, Joe's coming in, get the mop because he's gonna be tracking in the construction site. And he's like,
no, for
what?
real. He's probably leaving a trail of like dirt as he walks. It's so
It's not at
embarrassing.
your house. As long I'd rather have it there than at your place, right?
No, for sure, for sure. But speaking about fame, I want to ask you this about you and Tommy because I did see all of this news that's coming out with. Are you seeing all this shit with like J Lo and Ben? Like, are
Oh
they?
yeah.
I don't know. One likes fame, one does not. Right? Is
Hmm.
that's the
Hmm.
newest thing that I just read? Which I think we knew that from before in
Hmm.
the relationship, right?
Hmm.
I mean,
Hmm.
I, are you? What do you feel about any of this? Are you feeling like they're gonna split these two, or like what's happening here?
Okay, so I don't like J Lo, and I'm really, really sorry that I'm one of those people that just has. I've loved the idea of Bennifer getting back together. I just, I didn't like. I do feel like she likes fame too much, and that is the reason why I'm like was turned off by it. Okay, I saw everything that they put out about their splitting. But remember, Melissa, how often the paparazzi would catch photos and he always looked so miserable? Because
Yes.
they always, if she controls the paparazzi and she's calling them in order for them to get the car shot.
Then he's getting annoyed that he can't get a coffee without a camera guy there.
Exactly. And so they're catching these photos. He always looks miserable. Then there's a photo where he's just going and it's a real long lens because they caught him and Jennifer Garner and they're having a conversation and there's a girl who like reads lips and she
Yep.
translates the conversation and he looks so happy and calm. They're having conversation and I'm like, "See? so Ben is having like a really big career, his like directing, and he's blowing up, he's doing all these great things. She is not selling tickets. Her like original singers who are singing on all her tracks are coming out and saying like, yeah, that was my voice, I didn't get the credit, we wrote the song, whatever. So I'm like, this is because J-Lo needs to be in the media all the time. So for me, it's a big turnoff. I am a big small town girl. I want the real life. And I believe that they're breaking up because of that. I think that if you're a
Wait,
guy,
you
you
really
have to.
think they are breaking up? You think this is happening? This is again? No, come on.
I do.
I was like, no, this can't be true.
Unless then that would mean that she wants it to just be a headline for public, for PR. Neither are good.
Here's the thing. I'm going to go on the opposite spectrum. I've always loved her. I've always loved her
I know.
style. I've always loved everything. I think what's happening lately is just too much of everything, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's like I feel like people want to miss her for a minute, and she doesn't. She's obviously a workaholic. She has
Mm-hmm.
an incredible team behind her that just gives her projects like no other. And I'm just like, but we want to miss you. Like, you know how the celebrities do that. They disappear for like a year
When
and
they
then they
have
come
to.
back.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I feel like she's not doing the Houdini. Like it's not
Right.
happening. So like it's just the next thing. It's the next thing. It's the next thing. And people are just feeling like and probably Ben is like, can we just chill for a minute as well?
Totally.
Right. Or maybe
Totally.
just focus on like watching his projects play out while she just like is the wife next to him. Maybe that's could have something to do with it. No.
Okay, so first of all, I know that you've always been a really big fan of JLo because you guys both have an incredible like glow. But there's like you have a great body, she has a great body. You know what I mean? It's like I like the
Is
color
that
red.
why?
I like that. Like it has you guys have no overlap because I'm so fond of you and I always have been. And I think that you do amazing things. Businesswoman, television star, mother of three, amazing wife, daughter, sister, all of the things you do it amazingly well. With her, on the other hand, I feel like being on tour and doing all these things, she probably wasn't around her children a lot, and she continuously chose, her career over that. To me, that breaks my heart. It's not my vibe. And as I am impressed by what she's built as an empire, but that's just one thing. I wouldn't aspire to that personally. So, yeah, I think that there's that Ben actually does everything behind the scenes and he's living a life that he doesn't need a camera up his ass. And so either way, it's bad because she's either calling PR for a fake divorce headline or she's actually having marital troubles. Neither are good.
Right. Are you that one friend in the friend group that loves to treat yourself? It's okay. Honestly, we all do it. You get a pedicure and opt for the extra 10-minute foot massage with the green tea infused lotion. Or you refuse to make coffee at home because that fancy coffee shop is right downstairs. Well, if you treat yourself to the top options with everything in life, why settle when you're finding a doctor? It's your health after all. Enter ZocDoc, the place where you can find and book tens of thousands of top-tier doctors, all with verified patient reviews. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare highly rated in-network doctors near you and instantly book appointments with them online. Once you find the doc you want, you can book them immediately. No more waiting awkwardly on hold with a receptionist. And these docs all have verified reviews from actual real patients. We're talking about booking appointments with tens of thousands of top-rated, patient-reviewed, credible doctors and specialists. You can filter specifically for ones who take your insurance, are located near you, and treat basically any condition you're searching for. I seriously wish this thing was around so many years ago, but I'm happy that we all have it here now. Go to ZocDoc.com/Melissa and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/Melissa. ZocDoc.com/Melissa. And you know what? I don't wish, I mean, I wish the best for them. I'll just say that. But I'm like,
Yes.
oh my God, I can't
Yeah.
believe it. Like, is there no
Again,
way? we just saw the whole video that was made to show the love of and how they had to come
Hmm.
back together. I'm like, what's happening? Is this like it can't be real?
I honestly, I don't want bad for them either. Like, I never want someone to suffer. Whether or not I like her doesn't make her life any different. I just don't. I'm not a fan because of that showiness. I didn't like that she came home from a tour on New Year's Eve and said, "I only use olive oil," and started selling JLo Beauty. I didn't like that. I was like, you clearly don't just use olive oil, so stop it. Those are
Right.
the kind of things that get to my head or to my in my head about a person. But
Between you and Tommy, do one of you like the fame better?
he's kind of a ham, you know. He does he One time he was walking down the street because he used to, back in the day before we met, he would ride his bicycle to work. It was like a mile away. And I thought that was really cool. Like, it was just not it was more of like an East Coast thing than like what people do in LA. And I was like, you can't ride a bicycle, you're gonna get killed. No one is watching. People are on their phones. And so but when he would be interfacing with people more and he would get recognized, you could tell he like was such a ham, you know? So I think
He likes
that,
it. He's like a Joe Gorga because me,
yeah.
I'm more low key, believe, and a lot of people wouldn't think that about me, but I am. Like I'm more like in quietly in the background. I want the back table. I don't
Mhm.
care to like walk around and take the pictures where Joe will be like, "Hey, hi guys, how
Sitting.
you doing? You want to come over? I'll make you pasta Sunday." I'm like, "Jesus, Joe." Like that's like
You're
the
like,
same over here.
yeah, you're like, you're not the greeter of the restaurant, okay? Let's go to the back.
Maybe it's a guy thing. Like, why are they so I don't get it. I mean, it's a guy thing, maybe?
I
I don't
just
know.
want No, I think men love attention. Love attention.
I agree. And you know what, ladies? Anyone listening? Literally just give them attention and they're so
Hmm.
happy. Like
So
they
true.
just need a lot of attention. But I cannot let you go without talking to you about Traitors because you are
Oh
a
yeah.
freaking superstar on that show. You really were. Everyone like fell in love with you if they weren't in love with you already. You played like such a good game and you were very like quiet and that like you just stayed in your own lane. You were I feel like you were quiet and a lot of people like don't know how to do that. It's something that you don't see a lot of the times on that show. So, I need to know like what were you going for there? How did you manage all of that?
It's crazy. So if you're first and foremost, I was sitting around with my friends who watched these other shows that were competition, like Survivor and Big Brother, and what was that? There's a third one, like the gamers, right? And
Yes.
they were like, well, in order to last a long time, you have to be opinionated, but you can't get involved in conflict. You can't really have a big alliance with just one group and then like let everyone think that you're too loyal to one side. So I went in and I just wanted to like last. That is what I went in with, like, let me just last as long as I can. And by like, remember, they edit, right? So, of course, you're filming for a whole month and then they have 12 episodes, 45 minutes, right? So,
Right.
some of the things that you do, the way that you get to act and behave and move around your friends are not going to be shown. But I did see like the way that like I felt like it was just to be a good listener and have eye contact when someone is talking to you so that they feel like you're connecting with them. And the worst thing to do is, I think, look past somebody or like look around a room. Like, have you been in a party where like someone is asking you a question, but then
And
they,
they're staring
before,
at like who's going to walk in the door or
yes.
yes.
Yeah, and I don't even feel bad. I know that's like a problem. It's some people who just get sensory overload and they don't know how to be. I was able to be calm enough, and all the downtime, like, you get off the airplane and there's somebody that is your producer for the entire month that's like, "Hey, MJ," and I loved my guy, and the crew was amazing. But I was like, "Oh my God, how does he know me?" And then I was like figuring it out. Oh, he's gonna go back into my hotel room with me. We're gonna wait for the security guard. He's gonna take all of the cords, every single thing, my watch, my passport, my wallet, everything is going to go. The medication that, including like your vitamins that you get at CVS, is all going to be given to the nurse. Then you're going to spend like the next 3 days meeting people one by one, and you're not going to leave the room, and there's going to be a little black thing on your door. So you do have to be mentally fit for that type of a thing. And then the next day when you would get to breakfast, you genuinely didn't know if you were who you were going to see, because they drive you separate, they feed you separate, you do everything in like a sequestered jury, like OJ Simpson trial, sequestered. And then you're just waiting to know if you're going to go into the room where they give you the letter to go home, or if you're going to go to the room where they're going to say, go downstairs and knock on the door and say hi to everybody. And then, by the way, when you say hi to everybody, you're noticing who's there, who's not there, and you're doing the math. And then you see the wall with all of the people that are there and have been X'd out. And you're just trying to figure out, does that person look conspicuous? Did they get, recruited as a murderer last night? Is this person acting the same way that they were the other day? All these things are like moving parts. So I just tried to like be real. And as soon as I noticed someone like Dan, I said it. But then after that, I laid off, because then it was everybody else's turn to like jump on it. That's why you don't get murdered, because you know how to say something and then stay back in your lane and let those people think that there's an allyship. Like, for instance, Dan, he was like, she did call me out, but then after she called me out, after that, she spent more time talking to me one-on-one, because, like, you're being open-minded. I already told you, I think you could be a traitor. And now he's banking on me trying to have like like he's trying to prove himself to me that he's not a murderer or a traitor,
Right.
So then I would just take it all in, and then I would be with everybody one by one, and however the opportunity presented itself organically. So
You did it amazing. I mean, you played that game, but can I tell you the hardest part, like, that I always think about, and this is what I'm more curious about even than the show, the behind the scenes of it all. Like, you were not freaking out so people come to me all the time when I have them on the podcast. They're like, you should be on Traitors, you should do Traitors, this, that, and the other
yes,
thing.
you should.
MJ, I don't think I could put my cell phone down. Like, how often could you call your husband and your child? Be honest. Like, what did they really do?
Do you want to know that about a week and a half or two in, they allowed me to call and say hi. It was a supervised call,
Wait.
but
After a week, you had no communication for 1 week with anyone on a cell phone?
and change. Yeah, they take your phone when you
Wow.
get off the airport. So yeah, so like they
No
know
way.
if something were to happen on their end, your husband is gonna contact them, and God forbid. And then
Right.
if you were to have, there were like divas on set that were like, oh my God, no, I can't. Like, I need to call so and so, whatever. So if they made a big stink about it, then they would allow it.
On Display with Melissa Gorga is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Most of you listening right now are probably multitasking. Yep, while you're listening to me talk, you're probably also driving, cleaning, exercising, or maybe you're just grocery shopping. I don't know. But if you're not in some kind of moving vehicle, there's something else you can be doing right now. Getting an auto quote from Progressive Insurance. It's so easy, and you can save money by doing it right from your phone. Drivers who save by switching to Progressive save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Discounts for having multiple vehicles on your policy, being a homeowner, and so much more. So just like your favorite podcast, Progressive will be with you 24/7, 365 days a year, so you're protected no matter what. Multitask right now. Quote your car insurance at progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations. Imagine an app designed to make you use it less. Seems counterproductive, no? Well, Apartments.com's instant alert feature works exactly that way. Instead of scanning rental listings a million times a day, simply set and forget your search to whatever you're looking for in a place and let Apartments.com do the rest. From pet-friendly apartments to balconies to in-unit ACs, Apartments.com's powerful search tools let you know when your perfect combination of features you're seeking is listed. So you don't have to power through rental descriptions one by one. With more rental listings than anywhere else, Apartments.com's instant alerts mean you can spend less time online looking for the perfect place and more time doing you. And Apartments.com has more than just apartments. They have all kinds of homes, from houses to townhouses to condos to apartments and everything in between. They've helped millions of renters find their perfect place to live, the ones that check off all their own personal boxes. So check it out. Apartments.com, the place to find a place.
I called my husband once and I asked them to put Shams on FaceTime. So, and at the time he's like 4 years old. He didn't care. He was just wanted to play.
He was like,
So
hey,
I
mommy, and like,
lost
whatever.
it. Yeah, total whatever. Like I was like just so
Ugh.
shattered that I hung up at that night and I couldn't function. And I was like, fuck, the next time everyone sees me, they're going to think I got recruited as a traitor because my whole vibe is different. And the reality is, I had a bad call with my
With
son
your
just ignoring
son.
me. And so I was like, after that, I was like, I don't need to call anybody. I don't need to call anybody. I'm good. And that was
See,
it.
I just don't think I can do that part of it. And then you don't. So when you're done filming for the day, you go into your room by yourself. You have dinner by yourself. Is there a TV in there? Do you watch TV? Like, what do you do? What did you do all night?
Girl, the TV does not have a remote because people can log on to their YouTubes and their whatever. So they take the television and they program it just for us to have like CNN, BBC, and like some ratchet channel that is like maybe you get to watch some, I don't know, whatever.
See, that would I would be mentally insane from the behind, like not even the show. I could handle that show, right? I can handle the
Hmm.
people. It would be the stress that I was going through, not knowing where the kids are or being able to like call Joe. Or like, I'm
Yeah.
so crazy with Joe. We're so used to like constant contact that I feel like I would not be a good player just because I was losing my mind over not having any outside like contact.
Yeah, you have so for me I think it was easier because my I trusted that my kid is going to go to school and come home and his schedule is like I trust my husband. I'm not worrying about my 16-year-old driving because I would probably just not do the show if my like
Right.
kid got his
Right.
driver's license that year. And then the rest of it is like you're just checking out for like what might be one day because I didn't know it was going to be that long because I didn't know if I was going to like turn around and come home or last longer. And so you're kind of doing this like one day at a time and I'm here to do this. Let me try. It kind of feels like summer camp.
Yeah,
And
you have to
then
put yourself in that mindset too before even going. Like, this is what it is. I'm going to have no
mhm.
communication for how long is it? Like, total, if you stay in there?
Shy of a month, a couple days shy of a month.
Okay, so there it goes. Like, I'm never doing traders. It's never happening. It's just
No,
never gonna
what
happen.
if you do traders and you make it almost to the end and listen, it's not bad. I really think it's really good. I liked it. I wouldn't want to do it twice, but
I know, but it's just not for my type of like, I can't physically do, like, I just don't think I can do it. Like, maybe if I had
yeah,
one child and he was
yeah.
4, I think it would be a different, but like, I don't think I can handle it. Like, I don't know. I just feel like that really sucks because I've spoken to them at Peacock and everything. And, I could like definitely possibly do it at one point, but I just don't think it's for me. I can't believe I'm saying this, but like, I just would
Well,
die of a heart attack.
maybe maybe if your kids are in college, then you would do it.
It would be different. I just have to leave Joe out there in the streets for a month. No, no.
Well, but don't even think of it as a month. Just think of it as like maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks. And then once you get there, like if you really don't want to do it, you're not going to be stuck.
Yeah,
You
but
could
no, I'm in it to
easily,
win it. If I'm doing
oh,
it, I am doing it. I'm very competitive, MJ. Like if I'm in it, I
can I
need to
tell
win it.
you? I had control to vote CT out and then I could have won. But I didn't want to vote CT out because I didn't have the gamer mentality. I was more of like, I'm a human from Bravo. Like Bravo people, we don't fuck people over.
Right.
We're like,
We
I'm a
stick
moral
together.
person. So therefore I didn't go to win. I went to be like a faithful, not a traitor. So
Right.
I'm glad that you have it. And maybe you would absolutely go to the end when the timing's right. The show is
Well,
hot. It's gonna last. It's gonna be around for a while,
oh yeah,
hopefully.
it's killing it. It's killing it. It's awesome. And you made it so much better. And Jay, I know I've said this a million times. You're such a girl's girl, and I absolutely loved catching up with you.
Thank
I hate that
you.
we have to be quick today. I have like a little bit of a heart out, but I love you. Good luck with
I
the
love you more.
podcast. You
Thank
are
you.
like so much fun. And the podcast, guys, is called Till the Dirt. So
Yes.
good luck with all of that. And hopefully I see you soon. DM me all of these people that I need to know.
Yes.
Okay. Ciao. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Hello, my name is Jackie Schimmel. I'm the host of the Bitch Bible Podcast. If you've never listened to the Bitch Bible Podcast, I genuinely feel terrible for you. Because up until this moment, you haven't really been living or experiencing true, untethered, unhinged, morally flexible joy infiltrating your ear canals on a weekly basis. The good news is, there's still time for you, Katie. Buckle up, Buttercup, because I'm about to take you on a real bender for pop culture musings, aggressive social commentary, both piping hot and barely lukewarm takes, plus charisma for days. Make sure you listen to the Bitch Bible Podcast because objectively and unbiasedly, in my very humble opinion, it's the best podcast you will ever listen to. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll guffaw, you'll be appalled. And guess what, Katie? You'll just keep coming back for more. So go listen to the Bitch Bible Podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts. You're welcome.
It's summertime, and with Pluto TV's Summer of Cinema, the streaming is easy. Stream hundreds of free movies on all your favorite devices all summer long. Chill out poolside with Mission Impossible and Transformers. Or stay cool inside watching Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, Titanic, or The Wolf of Wall Street. No matter your vibe, download the Pluto TV app to spend summer doing what you love. Watching endless movies. Tell me that's not the deal of the summer. Summer of Cinema on Pluto TV. Stream now? Pay never.